Hey guys, Timmy here with Clanktronics. So I've got this Sony, they call it the compact disc deck receiver, the hcd-hp7. So let's just jump into it, guys. I gotta get this thing taken apart and fixed. It has a disc that's stuck or something. This has a weird little cassette piece up top that slides. I'll dust that all out too. I don't know if you guys can see that very good, but it needs dusted a little bit. Show you guys this. It's heavy. It's got some weight to it. The back is all discolored. Probably got some light through a window. But I'm just gonna start taking this thing apart. There's 4 screws on the side. Just start with that, and I am using a Phillips number 2 with the micro bit adapter. And I've got this cool little tray picked up at like a dollar store, and that's pretty handy. A lot of times I'll use those little pill containers. It's nice to be able to separate out your screws a little bit. Try to keep those all together. And there's probably screws on this back side that I can't see. Let's go ahead and take this other side out. The customer had already started taking this apart. Those are the same as the other side. And by the way, I will not use a drill to put it back together probably, but if I do, I wouldn't recommend it if you're not used to it, because you can strip out these plastic thread deals really easily. And by the way, I just took out these couple screws on the bottom there. And I'm going to take the 3 out across the back on the top. Just all the screws that are into the plastic. And the ones on top are longer screws. So far they've all been Phillips number 2. Oh. Okay. And they slide towards the back, is the way this comes off. It's notched out. So that's one side panel. Oh, let's see how dirty it is. Yeah. It's pretty awesome. Huge transformer. That's what that is there. Little power supply. You want to be really careful with that. You could end up shocking yourself. Same thing with the other side. It just slides off. And that's where you can get to the circuit board. I didn't know which side was going to be, which component. I didn't watch a teardown video myself. So that shows the circuit board, and where I need to get into, he said a disc is stuck in the mechanism, and it looks like the disc drive is the whole bottom section of this. Let's see if I can show you guys. Woo! This thing is super heavy. The disc drive is right here, that plastic. In the middle is where the disc is red. So it's underneath this big transformer. So hopefully this bottom plate will come off Looks like there's some screws that go in from the back side too. I've got a ground that runs there and a ground that runs over here. I'm not sure if I'll have to disconnect those or not, but it looks like I might. We'll see. It's so crazy how this is like kind of just, I mean, almost a vintage electronic device now. It's pretty old for the day. So I'm gonna try taking off, let's see, where do I want to start? I took off the screws to this plastic, but I don't know if I want to really, I don't know, I take off the whole faceplate probably. So much work, it's crazy. It looks like I'm missing a drive band on this sucker. Oh, that's gonna suck. Alright, so I'm gonna try taking off the bottom. So I have to take off this whole faceplate. Alright, so much fun. Let's see if this top plate comes off. There we go. So it had a clippy on both sides, but there's still a mechanism connected with a ground cable. Like I was thinking, I was gonna have to take off this one wire right there. So if you're trying to put one of these back together, that's where that screw goes for that wire. Let's see if I'm connected anywhere else. Oh yeah, I'm connected all over the place right there. Makes it kind of tricky. So there's a ribbon cable that runs from the tape deck and goes to this circuit board. So you want to be really careful not to touch the circuit board, I guess. This one's hardwired in. So, okay, so I can disconnect this one from here. Just try to pull it, like wiggle it out a little bit. It has, I might have to use a little pry tool. It has clippies. Oh, how fun. So I've got this little tool here. See if I can try that a little bit on each side. There it goes. Alright, so now that piece is separate and I can clean it on a different stage. It's nice having this video. Like, it's really gonna help me out. I might be looking back at this footage just to work on the same CD player again. And really, I have to take off this whole faceplate. And it has screws and clippies on the bottom. There's 2 screws next to the feet. There's 1 and 2. Okay. Oh, that just slides right off now. I thought it was going to have more of a click to it. So I've got a ribbon cable. I got to disconnect this one off of the circuit board. And there's this big ribbon cable right here that plugs in to that circuit board right there. And this one So if you thought that this was going to be easy, it's a bit of a project. I knew it was going to be, but this video is going to be pretty long because I don't think I'm going to edit at all. So I've got this screw. So if you're trying to figure out exactly how to fix a certain component on this, I guess you'll just be fast forwarding probably. There's the ground cable, and I feel like there's another couple cables that route along this other side. Yeah, there are. There are these two that run together. This thing is like a full teardown just to fix the CD drive. I'm probably taking way more apart than I have to, but this all needed cleaned out anyway. And I feel like the faceplate has to come off to be able to work on the disk drive, because it is the slot. See that? So I had to disconnect a ground here. These two grounds go together on their own screw. And these ribbon cables. So, yeah, that's kind of neat. That's how to take off the faceplate. Boom. Let's put that off to the side for a minute here. And we're finally getting to the disk drive. So I'm pretty sure I can remove these two screws here and the other two screws on the other side and drop the disk drive. And that's pretty much the last step for me. Turn it over. Okay. Well, looks like there's, I think I have to take out, yeah, well, maybe not. Let's see. Oh, that's so funky. I don't know what's holding that on there. Kind of tricky. I'm trying to figure this out as I go. So I'll turn it around so you guys can see this how the struggle is real here. We've got our disk drive now exposed. This little thin piece of plexi is to protect it from getting dust inside there. And I think it's connected on this back side somehow, so I'm going to take out, I got two screws on this bottom section, and I'm going to try taking those out. There we go. Hopefully that worked. I don't know if that really had anything to do with it, but and I've still got ribbon cables connected here, so I gotta unplug those. My gosh. I think that's it. Boom. And that's how you guys get to the disk drive on this disk changer. I mean, there might have been a few steps you could eliminate, but that's pretty much it. He said this thing ate a disk. I don't see a disk in here. Looks like they would... Man, this thing would be cool to see running. It has a lot going on, guys. Like springs and gears. That'd be neat. Just have it like plugged into the side so I can test it. Ooh, this thing's sharp. Scratching my table up. Okay, so really all I can do is go through and clean this thing up, guys. Just like a good hog hair brush. This is an MG Chemicals 852. I really like these brushes. I ended up getting one for all of my workbenches. And you just want to really start with just dusting it out a little bit. And I don't want to do all of this on film. I just wanted to show you guys how to get to this. And you should be able to figure out how to put it back together from rewatching the video and rewind. I don't know. But maybe I'll make another video, just do a two-parter. This is already a pretty long video. So you just want to dust out all this stuff, clean it all out, and dust all this. But I don't want to dust it out with my game collection. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Be sure to like this video and subscribe. It really helps me.